Other one, May the 23rd. Yesterday was pretty bad. And I think I'm starting to hit a point of asking myself, like, why am I still doing this? Mainly because the workload from work is really picking up. And it's getting more and more difficult to balance everything. And especially when I do this at night, I feel already exhausted. It just, my level of solving problem definitely drops towards the end of the day. So, yeah, it's just, these episodes of bad streaks getting more and more frequent, and that's not really enjoyable. So that's something to always just keep in the back of my head. Like, this is a problem I solved the last time by myself, but yesterday it took like 2 3 hours, 2 hours at least, just to go through everything. Yeah, it's at a certain point I do have to think about, like, why am I still doing this? I mean, I definitely will chase for the 2000. That's the goal, right? But after we reach 2000, like, what's more? I don't know. All right, let's see this one. Find words containing character. I have words and a character. Return an array of indices representing the words that contain a character X. The return array may be in any order. I don't know. What's C++ this contains? String contains char. Find. Contain. I'm not sure. What track contains? What track contains? I mean, the good part of this is I've been doing C++ a lot these days, so things it's a little bit easier, to be honest. Actually, no, I have to return indices. But Gemini's been doing a lot of heavy lifting. Like, seriously, I use Gemini a lot. I just will find. Actually, I don't even know how to use find. I think that's the idea. Yeah, I think it's not the idea. No operation. Interesting. I mean, at least like C++ now, when I see it, I'm not getting scared. I used to getting a little bit scared because it's C++. I feel like if you're not comfortable with it, you will get scared. But lately, just just doing a lot of them, it's getting. I mean, still that it's just so complex a language that it's really hard to describe. But anyway, this is the one. All right, we got this done. So now we can go back to this problem. Okay, this was from, oh geez, when was this from? May 22nd. All right, so let's go back to May 22nd. Oh, I have something. Oh. Delete it. But I want to start from scratch. Basically, that's what I want. All right, so the idea is like this, okay? $3362. We will use greedy plus priority queue. Okay. First, sort queries by left. Okay. Then we iterate through each number. Right. We iterate through each each position. Iterate through each position. Each position. We want to find to reduce the number of queries used. We want a query to be as large as possible, right? As large as possible. So for each number, we can iterate through queries and find all the ranges, right? All the queries that include the current number. We push the right of the query into the priority queue, max heap. Then we take depending on how many values, right? How many that's not the size, depending on the size of the number and whether any previous queries have already covered, right, the current number. We take the top, right? We take the top X rights from the priority queue. And once we take the rights, we also update a line sweep, right? A line sweep array. A line sweep array such that we know the impact of taking these queries on future numbers. Yeah, we keep doing this until all the numbers are covered. So sounds like O(n) because we will go through everything. Actually O(n) log n, I think. Anyway, we'll start with priority queue, which is gonna just be that. That's simple. And we also need, let me also do this. All right. So what we need is a line sweep. Okay, so I have line sweep. And then we need to sort. Right, so we need to source queries dot begin, queries dot end. That's fine. Yeah, so we sort. Now we're just gonna walk through them one by one, and we need to record What do we return? The max number of element that can be removed. So what we have is not removed, but used. Query count. Okay, query count. All right, for. We just need each number. We don't even need to know. We actually need to know. Alright, so for this, we'll go through the queries. So the queries need to have an index as well. Q index. Okay. So we need to skip everything that does not cover it. Yeah, we skip the one that does not cover. Then we will hit someone that does cover. Then we'll keep going until it does not cover again. I would just say Q index smaller than queries dot size. That's fine. If queries Q index 1 is smaller than nums I, right? So that means it doesn't cover. It doesn't cover, we'll continue. If queries covers large equal to nums I, covers then we'll say Q dot push queries. Let's do this. Left queries Q index 0, right queries Q index 1. Okay. Actually, I don't think I need this. So all I need is else smaller or equal to nums I and nums I smaller or equal to R. Then we'll push R into this. Else if nums I is smaller. Oh, break. Right, it will break. And every time we say Q index plus plus. Okay. So this will get all of them into the priority queue, right? And then as we get out, once we get out, it's also going to be impossible. I think there will be impossible case, yeah. If so, like everyone inside is, it can cover, right? It can cover. Would it be a scenario where cover Yeah, well, we'll take, so say balance, right? So needed shall be nums I minus line sweep I. This is the amount needed. And then we will go through the queue, right? We'll go through the queue. Everything in the queue, either they're from previous round, so they're small, so they won't show up, or so it's just like the right has to be larger than this. Then we'll pop it, pop it, pop it, and then we see how many we can pop. Right? So we say while q dot empty, q cannot be empty, right? Well, q is not empty, and needed is larger than 0, right? And q dot top is larger or equal to nums I. No, larger equal to I. Oh, that's right. Oh my god, this is just I. It's not even nums I. Right? It's just I. This is the position, right? It's the I. And this is the needed. And then we say if the top is larger than I. So in that case, we'll say q dot pop and needed minus minus. Right? So we keep going, keep going, keep going. Now we get out. We say if needed. Then we just return number 1. Minus 1. That means we just don't have enough. Right? We don't have enough. Otherwise, then we have we basically have needed number. Oh. Right, so this is needed. And we'll say query count plus equal to needed. Alright, and then we go on to the next one. Oh, hold on. I shouldn't need the top. Basically, line sweep I will be plus plus, right? And line sweep q dot top plus 1 minus minus. Oh, that's why we have to go with n plus 1. Right? This is to handle the line sweep. Then we can pop it. Then everything's fine. But before we go, every time we line sweep I minus 1. Of course, if line is larger than 0. Right, larger than 0, I'll have to update the line sweep. And then we'll get update the priority queue, and then we find the needed, and then we go through everything. This one will keep update. Alright. And we keep doing this until everybody is handled. Right, until everybody is handled. So when they're handled, at the end we can return minus query count. Alright, let's see how this idea goes. Ugh. Wow, it's pretty bad. I'll put 3. Query count is 0? Oh, yeah. It is always 0 because you should do this. Oh my god. Int needed. Needed a copy. Needed remain. Oh, looks good. Try it. Oh, press the wrong button. Should do submit. Yep. But this idea works. That was good. Sort priority queue delta array operations is the same as this. J smaller than this. Queries J0 is equal to I. heap dot size. I don't understand this part. Equal to I. Why is equal? Shouldn't that be like smaller or equal? No, larger or equal? No, this is 0. 0. Yeah, I don't know why it's equal. Because when we're pushing the end, so why is this equal? Is there some condition I forgot to see? I think I know. Yeah, you can use equal. But what about the smaller ones? You don't care about the smaller ones? Operation, they just keep using it. I don't understand why is equal to why. Whose left endpoint is smaller or equal to L. That's true. Still, I don't understand. Why is equal to? Well, I am adding the operations every single time, so that means it doesn't matter. No, this is true. You add operation every time. And then you go through queries, yes? and you check its front left. See if it's equal, I add it, and then move j forward. But we start j as 0. So the first one, it could include, right? It could include I, with the 1 being very big. So in this case, those are not counted. Yeah, this equal to I don't understand. Well, yeah, we start from 0. I understand that. So, but with the starting point smaller than I, we can still end in a good case. Right? Am I crazy? So in this case, the problem is if our queries, so we start from 0, right? And then the queries, 1 something. So yeah, that doesn't work. So it has to be 0. And push everything until we move on to the next one. So query next one, let's say it's a very big. It actually does make sense. Yeah. Because we always start from 0. So we exhaust all the zeros. Then we move on. Then if the next one that don't match, that can only be because it's too big. Right? The query is too big. Good job. Very good job. So yeah, so this basically get all the eligible in, right? And operations is essentially line sweep, right? So operations will get the top max right, get them update. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. But I'll keep however it is. All right, good. We can close down this chapter. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Adios.